Welcome everybody to the 36th episode of Unravel. Thank you for joining us, and thank everybody here for joining to come to play. Everybody's here this time. Welcome back, Luke. You've been away for too long. It's good to see you back.
Yes, I have.
When he was shaving his,
Oh yeah.
his private region.
Wait,
No,
I also see that.
it's hygienic.
Yeah, no, wait. Alright, that's good to see. Max's beard is not as fluffy anymore. As you know, it doesn't look as much as a homeless person.
It's called a quarantine beard. It's stylish.
Of course. Before we're going to get into tonight's game, some few announcements. We're going to be repeating it again. We are streaming twice a week. We're good. There's just a bit of fuck up in the next 2 weeks where we're going to change the days. Monday is going to stay. This Thursday we're going to stream again. This Saturday we won't. Next Monday we will. And from then on it will be every Monday and Friday rather than Monday and Saturday. It will be changed in the Twitch description and we'll post a note.
The Imps podcast will be still every Wednesday.
Yes. And hopefully just as chaotic. Next to that, we also want to bring you a little bit more attention to our YouTube. That's where all of our stuff is uploaded if you want to see. Because we already have 35 episodes, which is, if you times that by 4, the amount of hours they have to watch to catch up to where we are.
Yes.
We've done this for a long time, guys.
Well,
Almost a year.
Well, even you've been here already, Rick, for... I think this is your 14th episode. So you've been here... Yeah, so that times 4 is the amount of time you've been here. So you've been here for a while. We're going to be continuing on where we last left off. Yes?
Follow our TikTok.
We don't know.
What?
Don't do that.
No.
Why don't we have a TikTok?
I mean, you can make it.
We
hell yeah.
shouldn't.
Go ahead, Lucas.
Let's get into tonight's game. After the party had arrived in Zashar after a long trek over the ocean, fighting octopuses and following this deep down cave which led them to facing down with an aboleth, you arrived in Zashar and immediately docked your ship, made sure that it would stay there where it is right now in this small fisher's town. You also tried to procure some horses, although had some trouble doing that, as the only person who had horses available had most of his stock currently out, but also being taken away by a wyvern. What you guys?
Know what we forgot to buy?
No, you'll get to it. You'll get to it. You guys went. You guys went to try and catch this wyvern and take it down. In exchange, you would get all the horses once they returned to the person from someone else who had taken them. You would get the horses for free. So, tracking down the wyvern, fighting some creatures of the forest who were trying to protect it, you burrowed your way into the heart of this forest and killing the wyvern, who turned out to be a green dragon, a young green dragon. You made your way back slowly. Ned's going the night before, while the rest stayed at the lair to sleep. It's also been the first time in a long time that Thyres had taken some sleep. You came back the following day. You got the horses from the stable master. Duzar decided to stay back and help the 2 people that you took with you on the ship to get settled where they are, and he told you where you could possibly meet him at a later date. So, because it was asked last game, there are, out of the array of horses that you can choose, 4 different types. You have a brown horse of this light brownish color. He has a white dot on the nose as well as white socks above the hooves. You have a completely white horse who has a black spot which curls around the neck and goes up the back. Another notable feature of this horse is that one of its ears is partially cut off due to some former trauma. You have a red horse, a fox colored, with black manes and a black tail, which are all very neatly braided into each other to keep them nice and neat. You also have a bit larger built and bit more muscular black horse, which has a large scar going from up the neck, going down the side of the ribs, And those 4 horses are your choices. They all have a little bit of a different personality, and whichever one you choose, the animal handling DC that will come from this will be a little different. So, which horse would any of you choose, except for Thyros, because Thyros already has his own horse to spawn, unless he wishes to choose a normal one.
The
I'll
black
take
one.
the neat one.
You'll
We
take
have
the
4 horses, right? You said.
yes, a brown, white, fox, and black horse.
And we are 4 people, right?
Yes, Duzar already took 1 horse and has left. So you guys are still standing at the stable masters.
Which horse will he take?
Duzar already took a horse, so these are the 4 that are left.
Wait, did we get
Oh,
5 horses?
so you get the horse as well, Thyros.
Cyrus
Alright.
can choose a horse if he wishes to do so. He cannot desummon this horse, or it is not as intelligent as your horse would be. It wouldn't follow your commands in the same way it does. As you know, your summoned horse is a bit different than a normal one.
Yeah, well, I do have my own horse, but that white one does look kind of pretty. I'll just, and I walk over to it, to the white one, and I
Alright.
put my hand over his, on his nose bridge, and I like stroke it softly.
The moment you approach this horse, the horse kind of steps back, but the head is being held by 2 ropes to the side of its not necessarily cage, but its stall. The moment it seems to be a little skittish, but the moment you put your hands on it and you stroke the nose, it seems to calm down rather quickly and leans into it a bit.
Alright.
I'll
How
take the
much
black
training-
horse though.
How
Sorry,
much
what did-
training? I wanted to say how much training did I have previously?
With horses, the very beginner levels. You can ride a horse, you have some experience rather than someone who's never sat on a horse before. Lockett has very little experience.
Ouch.
Ned, I don't think, has a lot of experience necessarily. Thyros has the most if it comes down to this because of his background.
I will walk up to the black horse and
You walk up to the larger, muscular black horse with the big scar
Thick horse.
on the side.
yes, and I try
Sounds
to
like
stroke
Easy and decent.
Right? You
carefully.
you come up towards it. It stays exactly where it is. It doesn't seem to be scared at all, and it actually comes up towards you, and it kind of puts its head upwards to tower above you
Yo.
quite a bit. You start stroking the nose. It doesn't seem to lean into it in any way, but doesn't necessarily resent it either.
I'll keep stroking.
Sure, Ned will take the red horse.
Right?
the
That
neat
was a neat horse, right?
That is indeed the neat horse with the nicely braided
Yeah,
manes and
I
tail.
wanted to take that but
But
You guys can
I would-
fight over them. Go ahead. You asked for this.
I think it likes me.
I think well, look how neat it is. Obviously,
Yeah, the horse kind
What
of
do you guys
pulls
play
back
over?
and has this very peacock style posture to it.
it reminds me of home.
I don't have a home.
Oof,
Yeah.
yeah, that's, you...
So Thyros is with the white
Why-
horse,
why not-
Lockett with the black.
You really are bad at small talk,
Why don't we walk up to it both and see which one of us it likes?
They're all female horses.
Oh, she.
Oh,
Clearly a she. I
those are
mean,
bitches.
look at the hair. It's way too feminine.
Even the
Okay.
big one.
Yep.
Alright.
Let us walk both.
Alright. I would like for both of you to roll a animal handling check. Yeah, I just realized that I had to do that as well.
Yep.
Where is it?
Pretty good.
Oh, there's a link.
It's pretty good.
Animal handling, right?
Can't beat it.
Oh.
Not
Yeah.
sure how likely, but
That's an 8.
Alright. this horse, it very much leans towards Ned rather than Friedrich in this moment.
Well, it seems it's her decision has been made. I will then go to the other one.
Alright, you walk over to the brown horse. It's a little bit smaller than the other ones, but seems to be the moment you step towards it, it kind of steps back a little bit in the stable, not as much as the white horse did. But you approach it slowly and go ahead and roll an animal handling check. What's your alignment?
My alignment?
Yes.
Lawful neutral?
Okay.
Well, wait. By the way, no. I think it's more lawful good. If it doesn't matter in which form I am, does it matter?
No, because the appearance doesn't necessarily change your alignment or anything. So.
Then it's lawful neutral.
Lawful neutral. All right. You all take your horses outside. They're saddled, and you're being given. You've been given food to go ahead. Thank you.
Been given food
Yes.
in person.
As well. And you guys all sit on to your horses. Lockett has to climb a little bit more than the other ones. Cyrus, you have the hardest time to actually get it out of the stables.
Do I have to roll 1 too, though?
All of you are gonna have to.
Okay.
But Friedrich, you're going first. With a 16, you easily mount your horse. The horse, you realize rather quickly, obeys your commands very easily. Yeah, you have no problem controlling your horse.
I'll stroke its mane and then...
Kind of leans
Come on,
into
guys.
it. Who's next?
Me.
Alright, Lockett. The larger horse steps out very gently, keeping its upper body very straight.
19.
How much?
19.
What's your alignment?
Oh my god.
We're gonna get struck down by an angry
The
god or something.
No, the horses have an alignment, and if the better they pair up to yours, the better your chances are.
Here it
How much
stays
time did
true
you take?
neutral.
This took me about 20 minutes.
It stays true neutral, but I don't know how.
Is it true neutral? You can tell me right now. What's your alignment?
Sure, it's true neutral.
True neutral. Very well. You rolled a 19.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You go and sit on this horse, and the moment you sit on it, it's almost similar to sitting on, what would have been either a wooden horse or a statue. Like, it doesn't move at all. And the moment you start giving it commands, you have to push it into it a little bit and like almost not necessarily aggressively, but very stern, force it to start moving. But eventually it does, and it obeys your commands.
I will reward it for
alright.
everything.
Hmm?
I will reward it for everything it does good.
Alright. Who's next? Cyrus or Ned?
Yeah, I guess that would be.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
Ned.
Go on.
You bring out your horse. Your horse has the most gentle of movements. The legs move in this very very elegant draft as it steps out.
You see, Ned.
Yeah, basically. The horse has this very gentle step to it. Just.
That's a 5.
Okay, what's your alignment?
Chaotic good.
Alright.
Lawful evil.
You all have, or from anyone up until now, Ned has the most conflicting personality with the horse he's on. As Ned tries to a little bit forcefully and can be like, "Come on, let's go." This horse is very peacockish, very stuck up, and you have the hardest time working with your horse.
Ned, you
To the point that
so
you
much-
go a little bit slower than the rest.
You need some
You okay, pal?
advice on horse riding.
No, I have it under control as I hit before.
Yeah.
Do that.
Go gold star.
That's not how. Alright, you know what? You do you, buddy.
At first, mate.
Yeah.
Right.
Get your healing spells
Last
ready.
one. Tigers. As you lead your horse out, it seems to be the most skittish, and you have a hard time getting it out of the stables actually and onto the road. Seems to be a little bit scared, but every time you comfort her and you stroke the neck, stroke the nose, it calms down rather easily and comes with you. What's your alignment?
Since the alignment shift, it's lawful neutral.
Okay. Huh. Go for it. Roll an animal handling check.
Since when
Alright.
was that?
Before that, I wanna like grab a sugar cube out of my rations or something like that, or carrot if I've got that.
Alright.
And I want to feed it to it.
You can eat it up.
Okay. Very well. Go for it. Roll the animal handling check.
Alright.
Carrots are good for your body. I heard that laugh.
Wait, I've got disadvantage, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it just
It doesn't make it better.
No.
Well,
So
He has the most experience?
just doesn't go that good.
you should have.
What'd you roll? I want you to say it out loud.
I've got a +1 on animal handling checks,
But
so I've got a 1.
your horse, the moment you give it the shoe, you comfort it, and you go and attempt to sit on it, to ride it, and it runs back into the stables. It immediately runs back and stays there for a bit. And all of you have to wait for a solid 20 minutes with the help of Henry, who comes
Like
out.
the moment that just happens, I'm just like, screw this, and I like summon my own horse.
Alright,
Aw.
the horse stays back, and Henry keeps it as you summon your own horse. It summons forth from the ether and obeys your commands just as it would normally.
This one's much better anyway. A lot less skittish. And I
Does take magic though.
go up.
Yeah,
Go
so yeah, that horse is easily mountable. Listens to every command. Is smarter than the rest of the horse.
Did we remember to buy rope?
No.
No.
What do we need rope for?
Well,
So-
we've had situations where it might have been useful.
Well,
Oh, enemies.
don't they have like rope at the stables to keep the horses?
Well, yeah, but that's his rope.
I mean, we've asked too much for this man already.
Oh, well.
How about I go into the town real quick and buy some rope.
You go back you guys ride back into town, just ever so gently. It's about no more than 1,000 feet. And you arrive at the, what was it called again?
A general store.
Yeah, the general store. Let's see, where was it? There we go. Kits and Bits. You arrive there, and the female who worked there the day before is still there. She greets you and says, "Hello, can I help you with anything else?"
Rope.
Hello.
Rope, of course. We can handle it for you. How much rope are you looking for? What kind of rope are you looking for?
Your finest quality, of course.
Very well.
And
The finest quality of rope that we have seems to be about 15 feet bundles of silk rope.
Yeah, I want 50 feet of just rope.
I'll take the high quality stuff.
Oh,
Very well. For 50 feet of the more regular rope, I'm going to require 1 gold piece. For the silk rope, I'm going to need 10 gold pieces.
Rope is rope.
I gave her 10 gold pieces.
Yeah, so you have 50 feet of hempen rope, and Friedrich has 50 feet of silk rope. Hi.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Phil?
Have a pleasant day.
You all leave the shop. It seems to be about little early in the afternoon, and you all start riding. Let's see, this would be southward to go towards Danskar, which is your final destination.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not sure about that.
or your destination for now, at least. So,
Fair enough. Yeah.
as you guys are
I can
riding,
accept that.
who's in front?
I am.
Not me, I guess.
I'll stay back.
Well,
to
yeah,
Ned.
no, okay, Ned's not. Ned slows down the pace of the group in general a bit.
I'll,
Riding with my horse continuously.
I'll ride up
argue with
next to Lockett, I guess.
Yes, excellent. Little bitch.
But we will make
Both Rocket
sure.
and Virus, I would like for you to roll a perception check.
Okay.
Perception.
So what are your
that's
plans
12.
in Dawn's car?
That's a 12.
Ned.
I don't
That's a
even-
16.
I don't know.
Then why are we going there?
I mean,
Doesn't that not remember?
I'm pretty sure we have to deliver something, but I personally don't have any business there.
Neither do I. I'd rather ride on to. I keep forgetting the name of the capital city.
Raven.
Raven, not
City.
something.
I'm not good with names. Brett.
Raven something. Where's my handout? There it is. Ravendale. Yeah.
What do you need to do there?
Yeah. I need to do the thing we talked about. I might need your help for some things. Which I can do in Dalskar as well. I've read up on some things and I've heard about that the nobles are controlling some shops or
I'm not good
different
with
kinds of
nobles.
shops. No. But you're good with hunting. You're good with hunting and nobles love good stories.
I'm not good with stories.
But you are able to get items which provide good stories.
Like,
What I'm suggesting is we find something that's, well,
you want to steal something?
exotic. No, not steal something. Hunt something. That's exotic. Get the people talking. You can use it for. What are you going to use the dragon skills for?
Something cool. I'm not really. I don't know if dragon skills can get you.
Not
Yeah,
sure.
it's not something that I've ever seen before. So I'll just try to look for someone who's good with, the smithing tools and see what he can make of it.
I could help you do that if you help me get some items for, which help me get into the noble things. Circles. That's what I wanted to
What
say.
is your deal with the noble?
How do you mean? Well?
They're like this horse.
That was part of my job, getting into noble circles and playing for them, making them
What about
entertain
you
them.
guys?
What?
You got any personal business in Donskar?
Danskar?
Skardon? I don't know.
Yeah, well, far as I know, we're just delivering a package. Of
Yeah.
course, I do want to look into the wet marshes that's nearby.
The what?
The what?
The what?
There's some wetlands.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've read about it.
I wanted to take a look over there. There might be something that could help me on my way. And well, we do need to go through there if we're going to that iron grove you wanted to go to.
Then it's
Yeah.
no problem.
Could be
So-
worth checking out.
I don't know. That's where I would like to go.
How about
And
you?
No
Lucky.
particular reason for it.
Well, The only reason I go is because we have the package. I have no business over there.
None at all.
None at all.
That's something you want to have done.
What did you say?
Want something to have done.
Not really. I mean, I have to do a few stuff, but that isn't really like life changing.
Doesn't have to be life changing.
I mean, I have to send some letters, but
Oh.
Huh.
Well, that's not a problem. I guess.
so that's the only thing. But I can do that in every city, so it's not.
Well, I do have a question for you. Lockett.
Which one of okay.
Well,
Seeing as we're back on dry land and all, do you happen to know if the fog had any enterprise over here?
well, no. But they wanted to.
So
I
we
mean,
might run into him. Or...
they might have to do something with this war that's going on right now.
Which one was the fog again?
My Rogues Guild.
You haven't run into
yeah.
them.
Ah.
So, but then it's not like they're here. At least, not a group of them, I think.
I'm just asking, not that we get like into that city and there's like a headquarters like in Newcastle. That could be a problem.
No, thank you.
There could be a problem, yeah.
But
I mean,
sorry, but there's not like a real quarters over there. No. But there are maybe some people from the fog.
I mean, if it's a rogues guild, you would imagine there be many people all across the world, right?
Well, not really. At least not that I know of. But
That you barely do.
I know there is someone who asked Murph where we went, and I have the feeling that it is one of my Rogues Guild.
That's fantastic.
So that may be a problem.
So we'll invite him over for tea.
And death.
We
Nice to
kind
catch
of
up.
tried to kill the guy, and then framed
No,
him
okay.
for murder.
Yeah, that might be a problem.
Guys,
What did you say, Ned?
didn't we kill your friends?
Not all of them.
And his wife. We also killed his wife.
Yeah, we killed his wife, or at least his girlfriend, I guess.
Yeah.
But he's not dead.
Okay.
You guys didn't manage to kill the Dumont. Deacon didn't kill him.
Pompous
Cool rogues
name.
guild.
So, if we're going to Downscore, we might need to keep an eye open for that then, seeing as we're being followed.
Well, yes.
Any chance you might be perusing with the nobles?
Me?
Me?
I might. No, the one who's searching you, or
No.
you all.
No.
No?
No. I don't.
Might have.
think- I mean, he will probably rob them, but I don't think he will. Really.
Maybe I'll hear something.
I
If
don't know.
I do, I'll warn you guys.
I think he just wants to kill me, but
So, Ned,
I can understand a bit.
back in that cave that Abbott mentioned something about Didi that stole your memories.
Or what?
I don't know, some strange creature that might have your memories.
Yeah, what about it?
Don't you think that might be worth investigating?
I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm stupid.
Yeah. Alright. Just asking if that might be something you would want to go after. In layman terms.
Well, we have things to do now.
Yeah, now of course, but I mean, delivering a package doesn't take that much time, does it? Once it's given over.
I really
I don't
doubt,
think so.
with our experience, I think we can make anything last very long.
Well, yes.
That's what she said.
I think you might be right.
I mean, they are still like we can't just walk in there like we need to talk to someone and they will give us the person we have to talk to.
I'm very bad at all those things. The fighting stuff, okay, but this is
Yeah,
No, I
your,
mean,
your social skills are not that good.
huh.
no yours.
I
are
mean-
so great.
You
I-
do have a letter to get in, right? I'm sorry.
I mean,
Do we?
Well, we've got a package.
You
Yeah, we
guys
have-
have a small package that's in Virtue's backpack.
that I have currently with me.
Can we
Also
still contact
still all
Merv?
the other stuff.
Hmm?
Also still all the other stuff.
All stuff.
Yeah, you have all the other stuff as
Uh-huh.
well. Those in there.
I mean, according to Merv, we can.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of have to let them know we have like the package, and then there will be a meeting arranged, I guess.
Have we already let them know we've arrived in Shishao?
No, let me do that, and I try and grab the sending stone.
You go and grab the sending stand out of the backpack. You have there the the porcelain stone with like half Merv's face carved into it.
And I go,
So you cast one of the 3 sending spells that you can do with
Breaker,
it.
breaker.
mm-hmm.
You got 25 words. She's counting.
We arrived in Seychelles and are on our way to Danskar.
Over.
Is Dawn's-Guard 2 words? Or?
Should be one word.
Just wanted to let you know.
You wait for a moment before you get a response. Oh well, that's very good. Have you figured out who that guy was yet?
Not here for small talk. Need further instructions.
If you need to send him something, I have a spell for that.
Did he answer?
Yes, we are probably in trouble, but we are safe now.
Okay.
That's it.
You send that message.
Yeah.
And you wait a while, and there's no response.
Okay.
Well,
So
so is a meeting set up? Or
Yeah, what did he say?
well,
Yeah.
no, he asked for the one who was following me.
Ah.
So yeah. But should I ask for the meeting?
Yeah.
Let me think.
This is so complicated.
Jesus.
Can we just walk in and give the package?
I don't think that'll work. Actually, I'm pretty sure that will not work.
Why wouldn't that work? I mean, are they that... Like, do they have experience with, like, exploding packages or something? Is that strange to deliver a package to someone?
I mean,
Okay.
it's
I get that we don't have mail stamps from the shower or anything, but it seems like we're making it a little bit more complicating than we really need to.
He gave you those sending stones, right? Or those stones which cast the same spell as sending.
Yeah.
Can't he just cast the same spell to ask the guy you're delivering your package to if whatever is in the package could go there? Or
Like, I know we could ask, but that was Locket's task.
Busy.
Merv has mentioned before that the Archmage that he tries to contact has been blocking his sending spells.
yeah, but I don't know.
Knowing Merv, most of you would understand why.
Yeah, I'd understand. Probably
How
a
do you
lot of
mean?
messages.
I don't know this Merv, so I know about him. But
Alright, you have no encounters with him.
Nope.
not really.
I envy you.
Yeah,
Why?
that's, it's better you not know.
I mean,
Talks too much.
that's not bad.
That is.
Noted.
Okay.
I will
You gonna send another message?
watch out.
Can you explain how we can get an audience for the package?
Alright. Okay.
Is that a word?
Do you
No,
need
no,
to
I can
count?
count. I'm fine.
Okay. I can.
Well, if you head over to the School of Evocation, you should probably just be able to request an audience. I'm not sure how long it will take, but how's that guy? That's where it ends.
Okay.
So what did you get?
Well, we can request an audience.
Oh, great.
Told you can just walk in.
Let's not do that, Ned. We are not familiar here.
How are you
So, didn't he say with who or where or nothing of that sort? Oh,
We had to give it to the like grand wizard.
yeah,
I have
but
no idea about magic.
if we have to request an audience. This is great. I mean, it's and I grabbed my sending stone. Why didn't this? Does this thing connect to Merv as well, or?
No, that's with me.
Oh god, that's just a
How many of those things have you got?
Just that.
Well, that and the one from the fog, but I believe we threw that one away.
Yes.
Those are all from Merv. Okay, well.
Yeah, why do I don't ask? We have a lot of them.
For free?
Yeah.
Hmm.
We have to listen to him and do this.
What does it?
You mean you're talking about sending stones?
Mm-hmm.
Because you had 4 in total, one of which Ned dropped into the ocean, which was a connection that you had to the fog. You're not sure to whom, but to someone. You had one that is specially designed by Merv to be able to contact him while he's in his shop, which is an extra dimensional plane. And then you have 2 which are connected, which are just regular sending stones, and Ned and Thyros have one of those. And there has been a request for 4 sending stones to be able to contact each other as an array of like 4 of them all together rather than just 2. So that those have been requested by Merv and haven't been finished yet. Or not been picked up at least.
Interesting.
Might be a useful way to keep contact in any case.
Yep.
It sure is. Well, sending is useful.
You guys, whilst you're riding over the road Thyreson locks you. Neither of you spots anything too out of the ordinary or interesting. And the day passes on. Before later in the night, as sun sets, you arrive. You come out of the forests, and for about an hour's of riding, you continue over this very open stretch, very flat land, just very slight hills, all set with farmsteads and fields of grass for different types of livestock, a lot of vegetables growing and such. Following the road near the beginning of the evening, you arrive in a smaller village. Seems to be a little bit smaller than, a lot bigger than the small town you just came from, but a little bit smaller than Newcastle. About the same size as Scorchmount. It has a very limited wall around it. You enter, and most of the buildings there are set away nicely. You can spot some different types of guards, which you haven't seen in the other town. These guards seem to be dressed in this padded jacket with over there a very nicely decorated breastplate.
A gambeson.
Again, yeah, indeed, they're wearing a gambeson with a breastplate over it. You guys arrive in town. You can the moment you arrive in the center plaza, there's multiple signs pointing in different directions. One of which is also pointing for Dawnscar. If you guys could stay here the night, continue on for a bit.
Well, what do we do?
I'd rather stay here. Sleep in a bed.
Ned and Faris,
here.
how do you think about it?
I don't mind really.
Well,
Stupid.
I'm still a bit tired.
Tired. Well,
Yeah, how was your sleep, big guy?
let's just look for a stable and a place to sleep. And then we will stay the night here, and tomorrow in the morning we will go on as early as we can.
I like that.
Alright, at the crack of dawn, we had the dawn score. Sounds like a good plan.
Hey,
Well,
at
I
the crack of dawn.
politely ask one of the people, probably one of the guards I see. Pardon me, is there like a stable or a place we can sleep?
You address this seems to be a bit elderly man here in his late 50s, who was just talking with one of his buddies as they were walking the plaza. You approach him and ask this, and he points over to what seems to be a wider building in the center of the plaza. And he simply says, "Well, that should probably suffice for what you guys are looking for. The stables are around back."
Well, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you, good sir.
And I will just
You guys go over
there.
to this building. It's a little bit bigger. It has a very shallow second story to it, and you ride around the back, and the stables are in an L shape around this building. It's been filled with different types of you see a few horses, a few donkeys as well, of just regular transportation for humans. You are able to stall your horses here as well, and you enter the tavern from its backside.
Is there a stable boy?
There isn't a stable boy here necessarily. No, they're
Or
not one that's
someone
out
who-
right now.
Boy,
Okay. Hey boy.
there's no boy.
You
Guess we
guys
just-
enter the tavern from the back, and it seems to be quite decently filled with people. There's a few empty tables here and there. A lot of people are currently at dinner. You see different people dressed in very strange attire of different types of cultures, probably some types of merchants.
I will walk up to the one behind the bar, and I go like, excuse me, but do you have a room we can stay in here?
Behind the bar seems to be this very young man probably in his mid-teens, was currently working, filling up a few drinks and putting them down on the platter. He turns over to you as you ask to say that, and he goes, "Of course. For how many people are you looking for?
Well, 4.
4 people, individual rooms, pairing up, one for all." 'Cause,
Your best rooms, of course.
well, the best room should be the one. Okay.
Well.
So not all of you can stay in the same room unless you're all going to crop up on a bed. It's possible.
Well, no.
but-
Just give individual rooms, please.
Exactly.
Okay, of course. And for you, sir, the best room. And he goes over.
Thank you.
He opens in the back this small drawer, and he takes out a few keys, and he picks one that seems to be a little bit larger, a bit like made out of brass rather than steel. And he comes back and he lays them down on the counter, and he gives each of you a key, and he slides the bigger one towards you, Friedrich. He simply goes,
You're compensating for something.
I will turn to Friedrich when he is grabbing the keys, and I go, "I'm not paying for you." And I
I'm paying for me. I wanted to pay for all of us.
Me too.
For a night's stay in each of these rooms is going to be a gold piece each. For the larger and more expensive room is going to be 2 gold pieces.
I will pay Ned, Tyrus, and mine room. And Friedrich has to pay
3 gold from you.
Well, okay. How much was it again?
2 gold pieces for the bigger room. Did you guys have
Here,
any
take-
transportation that needs to be taken care of?
Yes, we have 4 horses in the back. We're already put them into to the stable, but
Very well. They will be taken care of. For each horse is going to be an additional 5 silver pieces.
here, take 5 gold for my room and the horses.
Okay, it will be taken care of, sir. Any drinks or food? Of course. Yeah, candy dildos. If you find a table, I will see to you shortly.
Well,
Takes the food.
and
in my room.
we turn her. I turn her.
Okay, farewell can be taken care of. What would you like, sir?
Human.
Oh, this was perfect.
Did you just say that?
No.
Yes.
Just some beef.
We'll get it to you, sir.
You want some beef?
Nah.
And then
I will.
Because of the overpayment Frederick did, all of you are the food and such will be made for you. Ned's will be brought up to his room.
I will turn around and look for a empty table.
And you turn over, and there's a few empty tables.
Okay.
One of them seems to be a booth, another one near the door. One of them seems to be about in the center of the room.
I go to the booth.
Right, Lockett goes and sits in the booth.
Can I?
I'll go with her.
By the way, can I look if I see someone familiar?
Sure, make a perception check.
Oh, can I look if I see some insignias or familiar clothing that I might recognize from?
Alright, make a perception check as well.
Ooh, 9.
You do not.
No.
An 18.
18. Most people here doesn't necessarily seem to be wearing any type of insignia. The ones that aren't, that are dressed in any sort of more fancy clothing, seem to be merchants. Could be for most any country. Not too far south. Most of them seem to be either Waker States, the Dirk Empires, the Shao, or the Kingdom of the Highlands. Nothing that sets them apart necessarily.
Well, Friedrich, you are an expensive man, I see. I mean, why did you not just go with a regular room?
Oh, I like to sleep in comfortable beds.
I mean, yes, but a regular room could have a comfortable bed too, right?
I mean, most regular rooms are just, they're not that comfortable, to be honest. But still, I just like to live it up a little when I can.
Uh-huh. Well, you kind of deserved it. I mean, you were a slave. So, or almost like.
I mean, not yet.
Almost, I said.
They wanted to, though. Yeah, you're right.
So you have been through a rough time, so. But, yeah. I hope
I mean-
you will sleep well tonight then.
I hope
Because
you're.
Otherwise,
Bell.
it's a shame for like the extra gold you paid.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, I'll probably be paying everyone around anyway here.
You actually look around in the inside of this tavern. It seems to be, compared to what most of you are used to, I would say about 70-30% divide between human and hobgoblin. Something that, especially for the first time, like Ned notices it first, rather quickly.
Have you seen your pal around, or
Who? Me?
your pal? Yeah.
Well, he is not really my pal.
That was sarcasm, but I get it.
Well, no, I have not, but he's probably good in hiding, so if he was here and he would see me, he wouldn't be in the open.
I get that.
He would try and stab me in the back. So,
Isn't it then better if we get more rooms that are together? If he tries to stab you in the back.
I mean, if he kills me, then he won't kill you, probably. So if I'm alone, it's probably safer for you.
I mean, that doesn't change the fact that, well, I mean, thank you, but that doesn't change the fact that you're still in danger.
Well, yes, but that doesn't matter if I'm with you or without you. The only thing that's probably gonna change is that you guys won't die. If I get killed, that is.
Yeah, let's not think about that. How about a drink? Oh, where's Tyrus, by the way?
I'm standing at the bar and I'm like, Ned, you
Ned's not
going? Oh right, you went up already. I just wanted to ask if you went up already, but I guess Oh,
You turn around and
oh. I just
He's left.
I order like 3 kegs.
Sure, you order some drinks, and as I said, the overpayment by Freddy suffices for most of what you guys are looking to get.
No, really, I insist on paying myself. But first of all, what do they drink down in Cheshire?
Can I answer that from if I can hear that?
Well, no, he's at the bar. You guys are in a booth. Your passive is not that high. The bartender who you were talking to, Cyrus, simply goes, normally ale, except if you're looking for something more expensive, we have some procured wines, if you're looking for that. No localized drinks or something like that, if that's what you're looking for, I'm afraid.
Well, I guess then give me your finest ale.
Coming right up. And he pours an ale and he pushes it over to you. It seems to be this like large-ish keg. He simply goes, if you insist on paying, this is going to be 2 silver pieces a mug. I don't know how long you'll be continuing on for the night, but
Well, we'll see eventually. And I like make a little stack of coin and I like push it forward.
how many are
That's
pushing
6.
forward? 6, alright, girl. A moment passes as Ned has already gone upstairs, but you, the door opens up, and for a moment the music stops as entering in the lower layer of the tavern, a group of three individuals. One dressed in full plate armor, the other one's dressed in this chainmail that has patches of plate worked into it. The person basically steps forward and he goes, "May I have all of your attentions for a moment? For every person living in Zishao, a draft will start tomorrow. Any family will have to give up one person, one male, to serve in the army, if the need comes to that. For every person that would be willing to come towards us tomorrow, we will be gathering up in the plaza. Thank you all for your attention, and have a good night." And they go around and sit down in one of the open tables. You see some people that are from here start to discuss worryingly. Another few people that are dressed in a bit different attire just go on with their talks as they were before, as the music slowly picks up again.
Can I study what he's well, I want to study what he's doing, or just look at him actually.
What they're doing, they're ordering some food and getting some drinks.
Do I have the keg of drink?
Yeah, you get the drinks one by one served, not all at the same time, but over the course of the night you'll get them all.
I'll grab the drinks that I've got and I'll walk over to the table that Lockheed and Friedrich are sitting over.
Oh, that way, yeah, okay. So Thyrus comes over to Friedrich and Lockheed and he sets down these 3 large kegs of ale. He sits down.
Oh, Lockheed, I know that technically you're not allowed to drink yet, but seeing as we're all adults here, I think you've earned this. And I'll slide one over to her.
Have you drunk an ale before?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, Thyrus,
Not that I'm aware of.
It's
but...
not the first time I drink ale, you know?
Oh, seriously?
What?
Well, if that's the case, you
But I
Green
prefer
forward.
milk, though. But
Oh,
this one is
Yeah,
okay. And I
alright, you...
What do you say?
and I
What?
chug it up.
Alright, Lockheed takes it and starts drinking it. Slowly, it's a lot. But she
I
gets
won't
through.
stop. I will just keep on drinking.
And make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh god. Oh, that's not that bad.
Oh,
I'll just
looks
take
like
a
you...
No, never mind. Go ahead.
Well, it looks like you
15.
have drinking before.
15. Alright, you start drinking it quickly, and you're like, I'm not putting this thing down before I'm done. And not necessarily getting drunk or anything, but it's so much coming in. You have this moment where you're like, I'm gonna like spit everything out again, but you manage to hold it down and drink everything and put it back on the table. And within a matter of about a minute, it's an awkwardly long moment that Lockett is sitting up there, but the
Seeing
keg's
her do
completely
that,
empty.
I'm like, alright, I'm up for a friendly game of competition, and I like also start chugging.
Lockett has made a big mistake. Roll Constitution save.
Hell yeah.
Actually, you would have gotten the +3 from Tharis as well.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah.
19, yeah. You chug it like you do every drink. You're fine.
I'll just take a large swig of it.
I will wave the bartender again for like
You wanna go for another round?
for another round.
Alright, moment passes before the young man comes back with a set of drinks for both of you, and he puts them down.
And I will
Good sir.
again.
Yes,
Cheers.
Might I have some of your wine, please?
of course, no problem. I mean, turns back, and a few minutes later, he returns with this very fancy-looking glass of wine.
Oh,
Ah, thank you.
Alright, Constitution saving throws for both you fuckers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, this is so bad.
Whilst this is happening, Ned eventually comes down and goes outside.
I will get the +3 from Tyrus,
Do-
right?
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
the +3 from Tyrus.
Do we see
Well, technically, it's
Ned?
all his allies. In this competition, you're not his ally.
Oh.
Oh, for real?
So, Tyrus, does Locke get the +3 bonus?
Well, I did say a friendly game of competition, so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
you do
okay. It's a 21.
21, yeah. Tyrus chugs it down, and then you see some of it like spilling over, and it clatters across his armor. And he puts it down, and he sits there. His eyes kind of go wizzy for a moment. And Lockett puts it down.
One.
And Lockett is fine. The moment comes back, and he hands you more.
Come on. I clung.
Another Constitution saving throw for both of you.
I feel like this is going wrong really quickly.
That's
10!
24.
10, 24. Both of you are. This is taken hours into the evening, and both of you are drunk. You guys are drunk, not wasted or anything, but you're drunk. And Friedrich's just been sitting there watching this whole thing unravel.
Just drinking
Sipping
some
his
wine.
wine.
Exactly.
At some point, I like, give me some of the stronger stuff.
I'm
Ramen!
about that.
The shots, give me the shots.
Here we go, Cyrus.
All right.
This moment, like most of you have gathered some attention from the crowd, and people are like looking over. Some people are standing up and having their own drinks, and like I would say about 40% of the bar have their eyes on you.
All right.
And these shot glasses are being pulled up in front of you. Each of you gets 3 shot glasses in front of you, and they're getting filled with this seems to be this very brownish liquid. You're not sure if it's whiskey or just mud, but it looks strong.
I start trying to hype up the crowd.
How are you hyping up the crowd?
Will they pass out or will they survive this next round? If they survive, I'll buy everyone here a round.
Woo!
How about we make this a little bit more interesting?
Tell me, Cyrus.
He's making it more interesting. They're doing a bit of a game show. If there are people coming over.
Yeah, there's some people, and once you start speaking it up like that, hyping it up as some kind of competition, some people actually get up from their chair, and they're creating like this half circle. The young man that was working at the bar is like, and he's standing there with the drink, like ready to pour more.
I grab the crown and I put it on the table.
The moment you put it down, like a lot of the eyes just open up, and some people go, "Whoa!" This is this nicely made full platinum crown.
Ooh, let me see.
What are you putting down?
I am looking.
Oh no, how much
You are
some stakes raised.
You are
people.
drunk.
Yeah, I know.
So.
I know, but yeah, it has to be valuable.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
No, I have not put it in yet. Okay, I will look if
Locke
I have.
is like going through her bag, like pulling apart different shit.
What will she take? Anyone has got
no.
any thoughts about it?
You hear some people start talking, some bets are being made. You hear in the back one guy going, "I'm going with the big guy," and the other one's going, "That cat's still standing upright."
No, I don't have anything.
What are you giving up?
No.
There's also a few things you got from Virtue's bag.
Yeah, but I don't have that. Yeah, well, first off, I will do this. The staff of defense.
Grabs from the side of her bag this large, this long quarter staff made of like very nice white-looking glass, which is the one that Virtue was carrying around. And she puts that on the table. Right.
Is that enough for our big bulky guy here?
I don't like my backup plan.
So.
Ooh, what is this? The staff.
It's the Staff of Defense.
Oh, that
can be attuned by spellcaster. You can cast shield and how's it called? Mage armor with it, and then ups your AC by 1 if you're attuned to it.
If there's enough of a crowd, I start.
Oh, there
playing
is
some. I start playing some music and try to inspire them both.
Okay.
If I can.
Sure. Yeah. So both of you get an inspiration from Friedrich.
You're on Locker, and I.
Alright, both of you Constitution saving throws.
Oh god, this is so bad.
One for each shot, or
no,
just one?
Just one right now. We're going just shot for shot. There are 3 shots.
All right.
Shot.
Oh,
shot.
I've got a 13.
No,
13. Okay.
You still have an inspiration.
Yeah, you still have the inspiration die from Friedrich.
Yeah.
You can add to it.
What die is that?
D8.
A D8.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have a 13. Lock it.
Plus 3, so it's still 11.
11. So both of you take down these shots and you put them down and lock it. Like lock it rears forward a lot to the moment where you're like, oh no, she's gonna hit her nose like right on the table, but she pulls back and gets up. The drunkenness is kind of getting to her. Although Cyrus, that wasn't your best work yet.
No.
All right. Once more for the second shot. Go
Next
for it.
shot.
Two more. Come on, give it up.
21.
Oh god. Oh god, that's 9.
Alright.
You still have an inspiration.
You still have the inspiration. But
Yeah,
can you get past
8. 9 plus 8, that's not gonna...
It's gonna be not gonna be enough.
No, that's not gonna be enough. I take it. I take
Take
the
the
9.
L.
So both of you take this shot, you put it down again. Lockett puts it down very gently and rights herself, very, like trying to keep herself upright. Tharos, on the other hand, slams it back and brings it back down to the table, thinking it's like this big wooden mug, but instead he shatters the small shot glass. And you pull up back your hand, and there's like piece of glass sticking in your hand, and some blood's dripping off. At that moment, the whole crowd just goes, "Yeah!"
First blood spilled.
You do take a point of piercing damage, Cyrus.
A point of piercing damage.
Alright, third shot for both of you.
Who will be the last
13.
standing?
12.
I
But he
use
still
my
is.
inspiration. That's
Yes.
18.
18. Alright, both of you take the shot, rocket reverse back, and head. The moment she puts it down, you both slam it at the same time. Cyrus, the pain in your hand kind of reawakened you. Whereas Locket puts it down and falls. Just poof, slaps
And
her
the
face
cat-
on the table. The crowd goes, "Yeah!" Some bets are being
Who
exchanged.
had a come on, Tyrus.
Oh, and I stand up and I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, and I pick his hand like a boxing competition. He won!
And I reach over to Locket and I put my hand on her shoulder and I cast lesser restoration.
Locket, you completely blacked out for a moment before this pulse of warm energy goes through your body, and you look back up as Cyrus has his hand on your arm, just casted the lesser restoration, kind of fixed your wooziness. You're still drunk.
I go
That
to
was-
the bartender and
That was a
ask
great...
if I can give the whole bar a round.
Sure.
You?
But after that, the bartender like kind of goes with it and start pouring drinks, no extra costs, and just everything starts hammering out. And the kind of dead mood you guys came into is very much turned around to this lively sphere, in this tavern.
That was a great match. Kudos, and I reach over my bloody hand.
And I
want that
just
thing?
drunkenly take it. And I
You
just
take
Oh.
violently
you
shoot.
feel this very slight piercing as a piece of glass kind of pricked your hand. You're like, "Ah, fuck."
Ugh. Great sport.
On the other hand, right outside the tavern, hearing all this commotion, Ned, who had gone up to his room, steps out and gets out on the road. Out in front of this tavern, there's this nice open plaza. You see a few other shops and stuff are closing down. Some windows still have light going through them. What would you like to do?
All shops are closed, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Ned just goes back into like the more foresty area.
Right, you walk a bit outside of town. There's a little patch of forest.
And set up a little camp.
Right. You set up this little camp, and I assume this is where you spend the night.
Yeah.
Right,
Perhaps
very
to catch a rabbit or something and make some food.
Right.
Yeah. Or make some makeshift bed, fire, and spend the night outside.
well. Right, so Ned spends his night outside. Cyrus, you have won the staff of defense.
Yeah.
With
Thank
that,
you.
all of you eventually find yourselves to bed. Have a comfortable night's sleep. You, Cyrus and Ned, or Cyrus and Lockett, your rooms have this one-person bed. Seems to be a little small. Apart from that, doesn't have much space or any other furniture. Friedrich, on the other hand, your bed is a two-person bed with it has a nice desk and a closet that is currently emptied out, except for some blankets and such. It's a little bit more of a fancy room. Still nothing super fancy, but it's a little bit more.
Yes, I just put my clothes in the dresser and then go. I assume it has a window, right?
Yeah, yours has a window. It steps out into this very it has about a foot of balcony.
I'll just. How cold is it outside?
It's pretty cold. It is still snowy. The snow still covered the entire town.
I just take a quick sniff of fresh air and then go to bed. I think.
Right, very well. So, as all of you find yourselves to sleep,
Ned will try to meditate on.
very well. Ned, roll a wisdom saving throw. Yeah, we'll get to the rest of you.
That is a 9.
Okay.
But I will use. So why not? It's 14.
14. You sit down in the snow and you feel the snow slowly melt under where you're sitting. It is cold and some cold breezes come by. At one point, a bit of snow passes over you and it hits you on the side of your face. Then slowly starts to melt, and this wet feeling starts to take first one side of your face, which slowly expands over to the other side and down your body. And a moment passes before you feel like you're completely underwater. And very reminiscent of what happened before, you open up your eyes and you're in this dark black void. Very similar to what you swam down in when you went after the aboleth before. A moment passes and there's just a bit of light at the end of the tunnel. What do you do?
We'll swim.
Right. You swim towards it and it takes a while. A minute passes, another minute passes, and the bit of light grows ever so slowly. You keep on swimming until it feels like eons have passed before you arrive, and the white slowly grows and overtakes you, and you are, seems to be in a subterranean area. You see walls of stone around you. You're swimming right around the middle, and in front of you seems to be this large oval-like shaped water tank almost. It's completely empty and everything's underwater. But the wall, everything ends here. Seems to be no other tunnels or anything going in any direction. And when you look back where you came from, it seems to be closed off completely. You also see multiple stalagmites that have been carved down to represent or to just mitigate the natural growth of them. This cave seems to be somehow very well kept. You're not sure why, but you are there, and you realize at this point as well, you have no need to breathe.
All right, we'll just let
Pretty cool.
the water in, close his eyes, and start just sort of relaxing inside of the water. Just lay there,
Right.
and we'll sleep there.
You attempt to go to sleep there, and as your consciousness seems to leave you, a voice comes to you and simply goes, "You didn't think it would be that easy, do you? Finding back that which you have lost can be given by no one. But if you work hard enough, maybe something can be found. But if you choose to take the easy road once again, you will never find that which you seek. Don't forget, we own you." And that's where you completely fall asleep and wake up the next day. The early morning sky above you, the snow around you completely, what seems to be, it isn't necessarily, it hasn't gone away, but you notice that the large area of your camp, rather than being snow, seems to be there has been dropped a lot of water and has frozen over into the sheet of ice.
Yikes.
All of you wake up the next morning, and most of you go down to the tavern. There's a bit of morning activity there.
Is there a bath in my room?
No, there isn't a bath in your room. That's not that fancy. There is, however, a collective bath That's
before going down, I'll go to the bath.
Alright.
Bath.
You take a bath and you clean yourself up a bit. Ned can choose to arrive later if he wishes.
I'll take my time.
I will go downstairs and ask for breakfast.
Right. You guys can go downstairs and get some breakfast, and the day's yours. What do you guys would like to do?
Travel further,
Well,
actually.
first I want to have some breakfast, maybe some coffee.
As I said, breakfast and such can be sufficed.
Hmm.
The day's
So
yours.
after I'm done, I'll just grab my stuff again and go down for some breakfast, and I assume they will be sitting there.
I don't know if
So-
Ned returns at any moment.
We are going.
Sleep well.
Shops if they open.
I slept fine.
What did you want to do, Ned?
I'm going to the shops, see if there's like a smith kind of thing, but then no more makeshift, somewhere where you can get bolts.
Right.
Let's see
Uh,
it.
you look around for a bit. In center town, where you guys were staying, there doesn't seem to be. There is a blacksmith. The smith, you very quickly as you enter the smith shop, he works mostly on horseshoes as well as other farming equipment, making. I don't know what the fuck they're called, but the thing that you hook up behind an ox or a horse to be able to plow the field. Though if you're looking for bolts, there seems to be some can be procured right here and now, as few people who live on the outskirts of town who hunt in the nearby fields and forests do have some available if you wish. Depending on how many you would want to get, they have different prices.
Well, right around like 60 to 80 bolts
Right.
would be
60 bolts can most easily be procured. Let me check how much you'd be losing on that though. Let's see. For 60 hours you'd be losing 6 gold pieces.
that's more than fine.
So you are on yourself with a few more bolts and presumably return as well.
Yeah, I'll get
No,
stuff back from his room.
you don't have a hangover, both of you. Seemed like you went far last night.
Do we have a hangover?
Cyrus doesn't. You do.
Okay.
No, I used.
Although not as bad.
You use
So
a lesser
the
reservoir.
restoration spell didn't help.
It helped. That's why it's not that bad. You're immune to disease,
Ah.
so you're fine.
I mean, it's not really.
Is a hangover a
is it?
disease?
A little bit.
No, it's not.
More poisoning, I think.
Yeah, it's more like
But at least you guys are
dehydration.
fine. Any loud clapping next to your ears is going to be horrible, but
Okay.
next to that, it's okay.
Well,
Agree to bartender.
The bartender seems to be at this point about midlife crisis type of person. Around early 40s. Gentleman.
Still, I get greeting.
I will. Can I go up to the bartender after I have my breakfast and I ask him? Well, I have a question. Is there somewhere in this town I can send urgent letters?
If you're looking to send urgent messages, you're probably more likely going to find something like that in a bigger city if you need to send them quickly. Although, if you need to have letters sent and such, you can go over to Town Hall where they do send them. I don't know how urgent they can be.
Well, one is pretty urgent, the rest is not that much. So
I'm not sure how quickly they can send them, but if you're looking for some place to send letters, you can certainly go to Town Hall.
well, thank you.
No problem.
And I will go back to the table and go. Well, before we leave, I actually wanted to go to the town hall. I have to send some letters.
Fine.
Yeah, I want to do some shopping myself
Yes.
as well, so
Same.
Good old
So
do
did
other
I.
things. Meet up around here around the same time.
Okay. And I go then to City Hall and send 2 letters.
Alright. See, given your destination.
Yes. How much money?
Yeah. Let me check real quick. 'Cause it's quite
Or what do you need to? What do you need to get tires?
There's some supplies, things, just some
Alright. Jesus Christ.
equipment.
Lockett. Sending the letters that you want to send, the distance you want to send them, you're going to be losing about. And how many are you sending?
2.
Alright. If they're bundled together with a 2 silver per mile radius, or per mile, what they're asking for, you need 3,728 silver or 372 gold. That's just the distance you're asking for.
I thought you were going to say 3,000 gold.
No. But it's still,
Okay.
that's the distance they have to go to send those letters. So, what are you doing?
372 gold, that's...
And then it would be
That's a lot of
delivered
healing
as
potions.
a pair, like as
That's a lot
one
of
letter.
damage.
If you need to have them sent separately, you'd have to pay that twice.
And if I send 1?
If you send one, that's 372 gold and 8 silver, or 3,728 silver.
Jesus.
Because it has to be delivered by hand. There's no cars here.
Where is it going? Damn.
It's going about
Damn,
3,000 miles away.
Well, yeah,
Like,
I
haven't they
figured.
upgraded to teleportation
Or
circles yet?
well, yeah, but teleportation circles are expensive as shit. Mind you.
Alright.
For a teleportation circle to be made, you need, for a full year, to cast the same spell, which costs 50 gold every time you cast it, on the same location.
I mean,
Yeah.
are they even delivering papers over the border? Or I don't know where you're sending them.
You're not sure.
Yeah, it's during
she
wartime.
left.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me. Are those guys still? What did they do last night, by the way?
they ended up drinking, left a little bit before the drinking competition went. By the way, Thyrus, if you want to make a permanent teleportation circle on one location, you're going to be losing 18,250 gold and a year's worth of time.
That's quite an investment.
And that's if you don't fuck up. So, teleportation circles
yeah.
aren't the norm.
Hmm.
I mean, I can in a few levels I can make one, but still.
No, you can cast it. You can
Yeah.
make one if you have enough money.
And enough time.
Yeah. So they're both sent.
Oh boy.
Oh, Friedrich.
It's nice because you made them with like the little wax seals
Yeah.
and actually
nice.
cracked them. So I'm not sure what's in them yet.
Yes, to break them.
I will.
It seems like the war is really starting to pick up heat.
I saw, yeah. Yesterday,
Yeah.
you were preoccupied with drinking, but I checked out the guy. I saw the guys come in. What did I wanted to
Wait.
check out what they were doing? What well, no, never mind. I should have said, but No.
Well, as I said, during the night, they gotten some drinks, they ate some dinner, and then went back out before the whole drinking contest even started.
oh, okay.
You guys do notice that in the middle of the plaza, like people there is quite a commotion in the central plaza as people are being drafted, and every family is giving up one of their males to serve in the army, who are all like standing in this long line to
Sexist.
enlist, basically.
Yeah, the one is already
Those
open.
fools throwing their lives away just for what? Some nobles?
Yeah,
Like
that's
you.
what nobles do. But yeah, seems like conscription has
wrong.
really started. I didn't know it was that bad.
It's wrong if you ask me.
It's not right,
Well,
but I get it.
well, I mean, it's kind of like they didn't make the choice to start a war. Now they're giving up their lives to defend it. I mean, I get the part that you need to defend your homes, but they weren't the ones who started that conflict.
Yeah, I don't know what to feel about it. I've personally never really been in the whole war thing.
Well, I mean, you're going to talk to the king, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
What are you
understand that you're no
suggesting?
part of this. Could you maybe try to persuade him
To stop
to
it?
see the arrow? Yeah, to stop it. I mean, this is just...
I mean,
It's...
asking that from the king is going to be really difficult.
Yeah.
I do.
I know. I'm just...
I know. I understand why you want to stop such a thing. I don't like it seeing going on either. It brings out the worst in people, and
Yeah.
I would like to stop it myself as well. That's part of the reason why I'm here. Or
Then
part of it.
let's, let's try to do our piece then. Try to stay out of it, conflict, or try to stop it in any way. I mean, just... I hate to see another conflict.
Yeah, we should. What the problem is even if I have an audience with the high man upstairs, it's not like
God.
I can just the high man of Shixiao. I'm not going to be able to convince him in a single conversation or an audience, or even if I do ask, it's going to probably be laughed away. There are nobles.
But there must be something we could do, right?
Of course. Which is why I'm going to start in Dawnskar. Work my way up. Try to mingle. That was the plan, either way. And
Smart.
if I get the audience with the king, I can maybe get more. Or with a different person. The more people you know, the more people who want to speak to you. That's how it works in the Dura. Well, I figure it works as well. Works the same here.
Sounds like a good plan.
It's a plan. It's not a good plan.
Just let me know if there's anything I can help with.
Yeah, probably, but I'm not sure what yet. I'll let you know. But first,
All right.
shopping. What do you need to get?
I wanted to go over to the general store, just get some writing equipment and some rations for travel. Could always use some extra. Also, I've been meaning to buy a few things that might come in handy.
So have I.
1 second. What were you looking for? Writing equipment? And what else?
Some vials.
Just empty
We already
vials?
bought some. Yeah, just empty vials.
Right. How many?
Just like a handful, 4 or 5.
Well, 4 or 5?
5.
5. All right. In that case, you would be losing 10 gold pieces for all the writing equipment. Because then you have everything you would need, and 5 silver pieces for the 5 files.
I also wanted to buy a candle.
All right. Just a single candle.
Just a regular wax candle.
All right. That costs you about a copper piece. Easily enough done.
And
Writing equipment. Go ahead.
some oil,
Okay.
and a lantern if I can find that.
Well, most of what you're asking for can be found in the general store. For a flask of oil, for a single flask, you're losing a silver piece as well. So depending how many you want to get.
7.
Okay. And a lantern, you said.
Because it's a bit more practical than holding a torch, I think.
Okay. A lantern.
Yeah.
So if you can get a hooded lantern, which can give you a 30-foot radius of dim light, or a 30-foot radius of light, and then another 30 dim light. One flask will burn for up to 6 hours. And the hooded lantern costs you 5 gold pieces to get.
Alright.
Sensible purchases. I wanted to buy some soap, maybe some perfume.
Oh.
I do miss that.
You very quickly find that perfume is not really something people use around here. Although very regular, just more like practical bars of soap can be found for 2 copper pieces each. So depending on how many you want to get, just costs 2 copper.
A whole bag of it.
Just about 10.
Right? You buy 10.
Just for silver, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're
No,
good.
just whoop.
No, it's 2 copper per. So it's for 10. It's 2 silver pieces.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And well, I'll also get some writing equipment.
Right, for another calligraphy set, you are going to also spend 10 gold pieces. Gives you everything from ink, quill, paper, anything we need.
Yeah, I still have to finish the book, of course. 10. There might not be musical instruments, but I can check.
No, those are not being sold here. Any musical instruments people around here would have are probably one of their most dearest possessions.
Yeah, okay, that's yeah, that's fine then. I just wanted to check for perfume and soap, basically. Gotta stay fresh.
Either one of you two want to add something?
I wanted to do something.
What do you want to do?
I want to go back to the tavern, to my room,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to scry on someone.
And who are you going to scratch?
I'm going to scry on...
Someone.
On Kahil, younger brother.
Alright. You spend a moment to scry on him. You find him seems to be working land. He has a hoe in one hand and he's currently raking a piece of dirt, plowing it to most likely be able to use for growing crop.
Plowing hose.
Interesting.
With the mode.
Okay,
Playing with the mode.
that's it.
Hi, Ned. Do you want to do anything? Hi. In that case, what do you guys want to do?
I'm waiting for everyone at the tavern, so when they come back, we can all leave for Danskar.
Yeah, after I'm done shopping, I'll just if it does take some time, I'll just work some more on the boat.
Well, yeah.
There was one more thing I wanted to get just to see if I can get that at like a smith or something like that.
Alright, what do you want to get?
Like marbles, something like that.
Alright.
Those ball bearings, I believe they're called.
Yeah. The ball bearings are, because ball bearings are very finely made balls. looking around for a bit here in this small town, anything for mostly farming equipment, other useful items. Those more more leisure items should probably be in a bigger city. Everything here is more practical.
All right. Then could I? Some nails. Then I guess.
Sure, you can procure some nails. How many nails do you want to get? Like I'm not sure what you're.
How much are like in a box?
For about 50 nails, you'd lose about a gold.
Box of nails. Like 100 nails.
Alright. So for 100 nails, you're going to lose 2 gold pieces.
All right.
Oh. That.
Oh, what?
Am I the only one who just got kicked out?
Nope. The connection fell away, I guess.
That is odd. I can't. What the hell?
I can.
Okay, hold up.
Short break.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll go on break for a moment. Figure out what the hell's going on. Oh no, wait, there we go. The hell?
No.
What happened there?
No idea.
All right.
And it sees everybody getting back?
No, it's
Can you get back?
completely black.
Alright. We'll go on break for just a moment, and then we'll get back to you when this is fixed. So let's continue where we were, right?
Where were we?
Where were we?
We were, as most of you, some of you just bought some stuff in the shop. Tyrus was getting some nails, so for 100 nails, it's going to cost you, it's going to cost you 2 gold pieces.
Gold.
So that's where we were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
well-
I wanted to continue work on the boat that I was creating.
Alright. So you continue on working on it a little bit. I'm not going to require a check every time you do it. So you take some time and finish it out a little bit.
And
Well, actually, no. Fuck it. Roll a dexterity check for me. Because
Sure.
you can break the boat.
God.
So when technology fails, we've still got to like.
You still have candles. Well, you still
Just
technology works.
normal dexterity, right?
Yeah, dexterity, and unless you're proficient in
That's
your woodcarving.
9.
9. Okay, you start carving and continuing. You're still holding out the ship, and you get to a point where you're making it like deeper, and you almost fuck up by going through the bottom, but you manage to just not do that. But the ship is getting a little bit more shape, and it becomes a little bit more recognizable rather than just an elongated ball. So,
Cool.
Unless any of you wants to do something else, I presume you guys continue on the road.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, we're on the road again.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, you will be
depend-
unless you want to do something else.
Yeah, just we meet up at the tavern, I guess, and then we go.
Who's riding up front?
Who is what?
Who's riding up front?
I will again.
Anybody else?
I'm
Am I
I'm-
lonesome?
further in the back this time.
So
I don't mind where I ride. I'll just be somewhere.
well,
I'll also go in the front. I'll go in the front.
Alright.
Fuck it.
then I would like for you
I'll
to
be
roll a
behind.
perception check as well. So we got Locke and Philip in front, and then Tyrus and Ned in the back with the horses.
I've done an 8.
So you guys continue on the road, knowing the distance with the map that you have. It's about a day's and a bit more travel to get to Donskar, but you guys will get there soon.
Okay.
Let's see. You guys continue on the road, and well, as I said, you guys are riding a certain pattern. Do you guys want to go for it? Is there anything you guys want to do whilst you're riding?
Sing.
Oh god.
No.
Go for it.
I can sing a song if you wish.
You know any old shanties, anything like that?
Sea shanties?
Not necessarily sea shanties, but
Just shanties? Do I know any shanties?
Any sea shanties? No.
No, just shanties.
Just
Or just
you know a very limited amount. It's not really your circle. That
on the
type
merry
of music.
month of May.
But you know
I
some.
I will try to perform one.
Hey, go for it.
You want me to? I don't know any myself, so I can't.
Okay.
I really don't.
In that case, I would like for you to roll a performance check to see how good Friedrich does. If Friedrich
I
can
want
do
to
it.
help.
You can't help with that. that's a him thing.
Can't I?
Singing with him.
Can't I like sing along?
Well, yeah, but you won't help him. You would have to roll on your own.
Ah.
That's an 11.
Oh.
So.
No, it's a song.
From the merry month
Could
of
be
May.
it could be quite a bit better, but
I don't know any lyrics, so I'll just
That's
make
all.
up some.
there's some music as you guys travel along the road.
Something like that.
Awkward.
And unless there's something you guys would like to do,
Not really.
okay.
I like to sing along.
Oh, jeez.
Friedrich, you want to
That's a
say
1.
Oof. Yeah, no. Cyrus is not singing along. After a minute of trying,
Yeah.
everybody shushes him because it's horrible.
Alright.
Cyrus can't sing.
Jeez.
Scanlan.
If you want, I can
I'm a
teach
fighter,
you.
not a singer, but I do like some tunes every now and then.
I can teach you if you wish.
You can teach me.
I mean, everyone can sing.
But I mean, some people are more talented than others. I guess.
Oh yes, of course. But talent doesn't make everything. It's persistence and skill, alertness that makes the man or the woman.
Well, some people are blessed with vocals, others are blessed with
All those things.
sharp things.
Yes, but still, consider it an offer if you want to learn.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't
Might.
get any worse, though.
That might very well be true, but
Alright, I get it.
it was not that bad.
I tried, alright? I tried.
It was fine. You just need to find your
And your
center
effort is
and
appreciated.
yes, the others
Just-
didn't sing and they wouldn't know.
Yeah, well, alright. Maybe if we have some downtime, we could try.
So I just when I'm on the horse, can I play the lute?
You can play the lute while you're riding.
I'll just practice.
Huh?
So
Practice.
that will not be really entertaining because that will probably just be skills like.
So very much sounds like he's just testing out. But the day goes by uneventfully, and the night falls where you've left behind the open fields of farmland and have gotten a bit more into a more of a forest-like area before you will find the need to sleep. If you guys
The
wish,
need for speed.
if you guys wish to take it, or what do you guys want to do?
I mean,
Is it?
Guess
Is there a
we'll
suitable
take a
spot?
rest. Taking some time, there would be a open space a bit off the road be found to be able to set up camp properly.
I mean, yeah, then we're going to sleep there.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to take a quick rest.
So you all set up camp at the end of the day. Some food's been made, and you all, one by one, find yourselves to sleep. Who's staying awake during the night, or is nobody?
I mean,
No.
I'll take first.
Fine. So you
Watch.
take first
I'll
watch.
take second.
Thyrus takes second. Net, I guess, takes third.
I guess.
Friedrich, do you want to take watch with anybody, or are you gonna just sleep?
if anyone needs me or wants me to stay awake with them, I can.
I could use some help.
I'll keep you company then. I'll keep Tyrus company.
Alright, so first watch. Lock it.
13.
How much?
13.
13. Fine. You stay awake during the night. The horses barked a bit away. You know, your part of the shift goes by uneventfully, and later you wake up Tyrus, who wakes up freely.
Yeah.
I would like for both of you to roll a perception check as well.
It's late. Goddamn.
10.
Perception, right?
Yes, perception.
No.
I've got a 12.
Also, both of you hold your watch, and however you might entertain yourselves during that time, your watch also goes by uneventfully.
No, while on watch, I'll just continue working on the. We made a fire, right?
Yeah, there's
I
a fire.
presume.
I assume.
Yeah. I'll work on the boat then.
Right.
Try to not fuck it up.
Make another dexterity check.
Carefully. What did you said something, Tyrus?
Yeah. If you're gonna do your thing, you mind if I write a letter? Oh, God.
Go ahead.
The moment
go ahead.
The moment you distract him, the boat entirely just like breaks down the middle as you've
God,
filed down too thin.
Aye.
With a natural one.
That's damn, that's a terrible way. You I mean, I've got some nails. You wanna like try to fix it back together, or ooh?
I throw it into the fire.
And you
Aw.
burn the fire, it goes up in
thanks.
minutes.
Thanks
Or
for
you
the
could do
offer,
that.
but
Yeah.
I'll just start over. I bought more wood.
That's
It's a learning process.
Are you gonna start
always,
over,
man.
Felix?
It seemed really nice, but if you don't mind me, I'll be.
It was pretty nice, but I got a bit tired of the boat anyway, so I almost fucked it up last time, so it's time for something new, something more exciting.
All right.
What are you writing about?
I've an acquaintance, just asking some information of things we might need to know when we're entering the wetlands. He's somebody that's helping me.
While Tyrus is writing this
Do I
letter-
know this person?
You don't, I think.
I don't think you do. It would be very strange if you knew this man.
I know a lot of people. You come from a noble family, so maybe I've met him or her, whomever.
Are you familiar with Lord Dylis?
What?
Lord Dylis, the Lord of Eastkeep.
Have I heard about him?
Yeah, he's one of the more prominent noble houses. The Daedalus family is the Eastkeep and the surrounding areas used to be years ago its own country before they started expanding out, and later they got enveloped in the rest of the Uduric Empire, and now they're still one of the higher lords in the southeastern region.
Have I met any of the Daedalus?
There's a good chance you've met them, yeah. It's up to you in how much detail you would have.
I'll just recall if I've ever met them, and if I know anything.
That you are aware. If you know them.
I've
met him a few.
Oh no, go ahead.
Well, it's just. If you met the man himself, you know that. Well, he's been going off lately. He's not really the person he used to be.
Can't say I've met the man recently, but I do recall meeting some of the Daedalus.
Listen, the man's a war dog. To be honest, you know the last conflict, he was all up on it. I know we had me and my brother working overtime during that conflict. It was madness. That was what it was. And now with a new conflict brewing on the rise, I'm sure he's got his hand in every single one of those conflicts.
Probably. You say he's been going off. That's probably not a good thing.
Yeah, it's.
Wonder. And you were part of the war, or the conflict?
I used to be in the cavalry, as most bright riders do.
On that note, if you've met the Dallas family, you would have most likely as well met one of their main advisors, which would have been I'm pretty sure Thyros, Bright Rider, which is Thyros' father.
I could have.
If you've met with the leader of like the head of the house, you would have also met him.
If they would have come to certain noble parties or something like that.
I would say you would have most likely met them.
Yeah. I don't seem to
Well,
recall.
my father was really one for banquets, but I'm sure he might have come along.
He liked to drink a lot.
That runs in the family.
I saw, yes. Quite impressive. Was a fun while. Didn't feel obliged to participate. But you say you're from old Thyros? DM? Thyros, right?
Thyros. Thyros, and Thyros is his son.
You're from old Thyros. I could have figured. You. I
Strong
think
genes. Yeah,
you look a bit like him.
It's complicated.
I figure every family is, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Still.
But I'm meeting up with a man who's helping me make sure that we're trying to stop the conflict from escalating.
Oh, that's a good thing. Yes. Yeah, like you said, I've been thinking a bit about trying to stop it as well, but
well, maybe you could help us.
Of course.
Some extra hands may always be. And we've been traveling together for so long. I saw what you can do.
I mean, I can most certainly try, of course, and anything to stop.
Certainly your connections.
No, anything to stop more bloodshed. That's always good.
That's right. Well, I'm just I'm just gonna write this letter, and I walk over to a tree stump and I start writing.
You use a flat surface to write the letter. What
I dip my new quill.
Yeah.
I basically write to him that we are in Shishao, nearing the wetlands, what such and such on, and asking if he has uncovered any extra details or information, and if we can, and where we meet up.
So that's what you write. Write out the entire letter and send it to me after the game. Just so I know specifically what you're asking for.
I would like to practice my skill in carving and wood carving. Can I also use soap?
You can certainly attempt to carve the soap, yeah. But before that, Thyros, the moment you finish the letter, the paper bird folds in on itself and starts to take off. And you notice, make a general intelligence check. Nature check if you wish, if you're proficient.
Can I help?
Intelligence.
No, because you're not here. He's writing the letter somewhere else.
It's at 10.
10. Alright. You notice rather quickly that the paper bird flies off in the southern direction rather than the north one, which was what you was expecting.
It's very peculiar.
But Frederik, you can certainly attempt to carve soap. It's a little softer than wood, and you're definitely working with a different material. It's easier to carve. It's more brittle.
Could I increase my skill in wood carving if I tried carving soap?
it would definitely be another aspect of it.
Okay, yeah, I'll try with a bar of soap.
Alright, go for it. Make another dexterity check.
That's a 17.
What are you trying to make?
Do I see any woodland creatures around me?
Apart from the horses, there doesn't seem to be any creatures around you.
I'll or birds?
Not that are sitting nearby. They have been flying over, and you can hear them, but in the dead of night, you don't see them.
I'll try to carve an owl.
Okay. With a 17, you certainly get on your way. You notice rather quickly that an entire owl out of a bar of soap is maybe a bit too
small.
bit too much, but certainly the face of an owl is doable, and you start working on it. You make quite a bit of headway in the during your watch. But with that, your watch comes to an end as well, and Ned gets woken up. And Ned, as you get woken up and you take over your watch in the last stretch of the night, I would like for you to roll a perception check as well.
Well, instead of taking a watch, Ned walks away from the camp.
All right.
Try to still be able to see the light from the fire.
All right.
Far away to not make any attention.
Sure.
And we'll write some things in the snow, because I'm assuming it's snowy.
Yeah, it's still snowy.
Yeah, write some things down that he tries to remember from visions and things, and especially tries to make crude drawings of the people he saw in the reflection.
All right. I would say make a performance check. See how well you can capture their image.
Oh.
Well, it is a stick in snow.
Well, yeah, it's a stick in snow, and with five, six. Yeah, it's a stick figure. They're different heights. One of them has upwards ears and a bit of what you could describe as fur, but they're stick figures. But you recall some of the faces.
He'll sit down and try to concentrate on the thing that spoke to him.
Alright. Make another wisdom saving throw.
That is a 19.
19. You sit down and you concentrate for a moment, and rather than the very vivid dreams and such you do get images in your head, and you're not sure if they're just of your own imagination, if they're memories, or if they're anything else. But you see a host of people, similar to the version of yourself that you fought when you were down in the Diablo's lair. They are all... Somehow they're all connected, and you're not sure how or why. You can't recognize any of the faces, but the idea of a collective, shared mind kind of comes to you, and it stays, and it's overwhelming to a point that you also feel that whatever this group is also somehow made its way into you or whoever you used to be. At one point your vision becomes completely red, very similar to whenever you shine a bright light into your own eyes and you can see through your own eyelids, and it at one point starts burning and it hurts right in the back of your head before you shake it off, and you're not sure if you woke up or not, but you at least open your eyes again. You're back in the forest, and you hear this very faint as if something quite large, somewhat nearby you, has fallen over. You hear these ripping and tearing sounds of what seems to be flesh just being ripped apart.
Sneakily try to see where it comes from.
You notice some of the horses are just moving around, and you hear the heavy footsteps of them just the ways away from the camp where they were settled. Make a stealth check.
Yikes. There goes the horse. The
That's
horses.
19.
19? Damn. That's pretty
We
good.
did.
Um,
Yeah, maybe.
19? Let's see if that's enough. Alright. You approach slowly to where you were hearing the sounds coming from. You look over to your friends and they're still asleep. And you go over to where the horses were, which is where the main sound is coming from. You see your horse is laid on its side, the head kind of curled up, facing upwards along the side of along the dirt. You see on the opposite side, ripping into its belly. So the other horses are trying to keep their distance. Whatever seems to be a very, very large furred creature currently just ripping in the belly of your horse.
Yeah, I'll just shoot at it.
Alright, go for it. Make an attack roll.
Can it
Ew.
fly?
You're asleep, Frederick. You don't know?
For my neck. For
Nope,
for
you're
my
asleep.
next.
For my first attack, that's 27 to hit.
That definitely hits, yeah.
Yep.
Do you yeet it out of the stratosphere?
We'll see.
I don't know.
Maybe it's still a dream of Ned.
And he's shooting us now.
You think?
7 damage.
Alright. You fire and you hit it like whatever this creature is, like right above its head, up in the upper back. And the moment it does that, and then you see now, kind of starting to curl around the horse, this very, very large wolf. It looks very tattered. A lot of area around the neck is very rough, and a lot of the pieces of fur have been flaked off. You can see bits of skin and blood dripping through. It's one of its limbs is its left legs. He steps on it a little bit slower, but it like growls at you as it slowly starts circling. Just
Wait, it looks very hurt.
it looks very hurt already. Yeah.
Jesus.
Alright, I'll try to approach it menacing.
Menacing. All right.
Menacing, baby.
Make an intimidation check.
But also, like,
What do you want to make this an animal handling check or an intimidation check? Is what I'm asking.
I guess animal handling check. Like, I do want to assert dominance, but not.
Okay, don't try to scare it off next to necessarily.
Yeah.
All right, go for it. Make an animal handling check.
Yep. That's 13.
Right, 13. With that, the wolf just. It still like circles around you slightly. Let me check. Alright. +1. 5. It gets around you and it's like it circles around you about 90 degrees to where it's at your side, and you slowly approach it, making yourself look large. The wolf kind of like starts stepping backwards slowly. You're not all the way there, but it's like it's at least turning away from its prey, as if to leave you to it.
Well, I
So it's about 20 feet away from you at this point.
I get probably a piece of rabbit ration out of my pocket, and I start like, "You want this?"
I make another animal handling check.
Nope. It's an 8.
21.
Right.
Natural 20.
21.
You do that, and you hold it out, and the wolf like slowly starts approaching you, and actually like you kind of get down to like feed it.
It pounces.
No. The moment it gets close to you, it tries to bite at your hand. It just goes, and with that you let go of the ration, and it catches the ration in its beak, and it like moves back. You're like right up in its face at this point, and it's just growling at you. It doesn't seem to be in the same way intimidated before, as like the dominance that you got before is kind of lost.
Look it in the eye.
Reassert dominance.
What are you doing?
Ned's standing up.
Mm-hmm.
And he just wants to like pat it on the head.
Alright.
T-pose, man.
Make another animal handling check.
Make an attack roll.
Nope, it's a 9.
9. You put your hand like right on the middle of the face, and it's standing against you like, and tries to like to assert its own dominance over you, basically.
You had the T-pose, man.
Alright, I'm gonna
5 more minutes.
Are you backing down?
No, he stands his ground.
Alright. I would like for you to make an intimidation check, contested by his insight.
Oh boy.
Jeez Louise.
Woo!
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same. You kind of both stand there at a standstill, and the dog's just kind of like, and like, for a moment, it like steps back and slowly takes it makes about a distance of like 10 feet from you, and it kind of starts like slowly walking back around you in like a big circle around you back to where it was, where you found where it was eating on your horse.
Alright. Ned sits down, takes another ration, and lies in front of him.
Alright. The wolf gets back to its original prey and just starts eating from it, and you just stay sitting there. Like a solid 30 minutes pass, where it's just this very, not necessarily awkward, but it's almost this sort of respect that this hound has for you. It's like it finishes its meal, and it for a moment just sits there and just looks at you. Before another 5 minutes pass, and it slowly just snuffles up towards you, towards the ration, and just eats it.
You had a rough night, right? Me too. He lies another ration, like the entire rabbit he just throws about.
Yeah, the dog like eats most of it. A moment passes before it like, but it takes another like 3-4 feet from you before it like sits down and lies down, still awake, and just ever so slightly like it looks around in its surroundings and then back at you.
I'll be honest, I didn't like that horse either. Stuck up bitch horse.
Oh no.
Was kind of my transport. It's inconvenient.
Like it looks over at you, and at this point, like its head slides down. You see the sides of the snout kind of like fluff up next to it. You see the two eyes, the ears flat back, and like they look at you as you're talking to it.
I boop it on the nose, or at least try.
And the moment you get closer, and it's about a few inches away. It just like bares its teeth, but it doesn't necessarily growl or anything.
And I cast prestidigitation to clean any of its wounds, any of its, at least make it clean.
Right. I would say make an animal handling check for that, for casting a spell.
I'm not good at
Are you
this.
getting a pet? No.
Nope.
Oh no.
This is
So I'm just not rolling higher than that.
You boop it on the nose, and so you see the flakes of hair and dried blood just get rid of it, and the dog just and slowly lies back down again. It's not aggressive against you.
That's on me.
Doesn't necessarily sees itself as your bitch. If that makes sense.
No.
It's not necessarily.
Daddy.
There seems to be this absence of a there seems to be this absence of a dominance here, to a point where it doesn't necessarily want to attack you or anything, but it also wouldn't take much shit from you.
Well, fair enough. That makes sense. Ned will try to get a little, since there's a bolt in him right now, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just to try to patch him up if he allows him. Otherwise, just backs up.
He allows you to get close, and after the boop, you're able to touch him without him attacking you. But what are you trying to do by patching him up?
Well, probably using. Yeah, what do I have?
Not much, right?
Yeah, I don't have much in terms of. I mean, I don't know what the wounds are like.
Most of the wounds seem to be scratches and like large gashes, some bite marks. The front left leg seems to be broken right above or at least partially broken right above the paw.
Yeah.
Whatever wounds it sustained seems to be from some kind of other creature.
Ned would like to make a stick and sort of tie it up the paw so he can use it better.
Right.
Like as a
A
support.
splint, basically. Make a medicine check.
Ned is a doctor.
We'll find out.
Well,
That's a 12.
It's 12. Alright, you're building a splint. It's not that difficult. You take time and you very carefully lay out find two sticks and you wrap the leg. The dog lets you, although sometimes begrudgingly. And over the course of the next hour or so, you manage to patch up some of its wounds to the point that they're not immediately dangerous anymore. Like there are no heavy bleeding open wounds or such, and the paw seems to be repaired in such a way that it will at least function better than it would now. It will at least heal better than it would if it was just left to its own.
And I would try to break off the bolt.
And you slowly go over and you break the bolt without ripping it out. The moment you move it, it still hurts, and you see this shiver of muscle in its back. But after a moment, it relaxes again and lays back down.
It's the best I can do.
The growling has definitely stopped. The wolf lays there for a moment before it eventually falls asleep.
And I just lies next to it.
Right.
If the horse, by the way, was still alive, he would have.
No, the horse fucking dead. The horse was dead on arrival. Its guts were spilled out. It was tied up against a tree. It was hopeless.
that's gross.
Psych.
Yeah.
There goes your horse.
Now he has a
Tough
dog,
luck.
though.
For the
Now
record,
you can ride a wolf.
this wolf is about the same size as you. It's not a wolf. It's a big wolf.
He gets a
It's a wolf.
But a few hours pass and the sun rises above the forest canopy, and slowly you know that your friends will awaken. The wolf's about 120 feet ish away from where the main camp was. The rest of the party wakes up.
Yeah. And we see
A
big
moment-
ass wolf.
Well, you wouldn't necessarily immediately see it, depending on what Ned's doing.
Okay.
No, it's just been making a fire, so next to the wolf, so that he's warmer.
Yeah, then definitely you would have noticed thing. By the way, I would like for all of you to roll a Constitution saving throw because you slept out in the snow. DC isn't super high because there were fires.
Constitution.
Oh.
It's a 12.
That's yikes. Iris, yikes.
That's a very low roll.
Alright, Friedrich, what'd you get?
11.
11, you're
Oh.
fine.
No, Friedrich, you forgot the D.
What?
Right?
Oh yeah, I got a 14 then.
Wait.
No.
Yeah, with the +3, right?
No,
Well,
you
forgot
have
to. You just did 9 plus 2 rather than D9 or D20.
I did a T20, which was 9, and +2 is my bonus.
Oh.
Okay.
I forgot Tyrus.
Oh, wait.
Tyrus' saving throw thing.
I wasn't
Oh, no,
conscious,
wait,
so
okay.
you don't get
Oh,
+3.
no, well then it's just still 11.
11, that's fine. Lockett, what'd you get?
I got a 12.
12, you're fine. Ned, what'd you get?
21.
21, you're fine. Cyrus, what'd you get?
1.
Cyrus, you take 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh no.
Oh, god damn it!
God.
I will take another one, so that you have 4 hit dice.
But you all wake up again, and the three of you notice that Ned is not around. And looking around for a moment, you see him about on the other side of this open field, a bit into the forest. He's there working on a fire. You don't
I
immediately notice the wolf behind him.
When I wake up, I turn around and then
Do we see the horse?
try to sleep more.
Alright, Freely stays asleep.
Do I see the horse?
No, they're a bit a ways away. You would have to go over to them to find out. Which you would probably find
So
out whenever you're
where
leaving.
is
Yeah,
Ned?
I will wake up and go towards Ned. Because
You go over to Ned. Ned, you notice now that your group is slowly awakening. Cyrus is very tired and still sitting up and like going through his eyes. Friedrich, like you saw him wake up, like get up for a moment and then just turn around. Locke, on the other hand, actually got up and
packed my
after
shit.
getting dressed and such and getting ready, she putting on her belt and such with the weapons. She slowly starts making her way towards you.
Well, Ned, how did the last watch go?
At this point, Locke, you also notice that there seems to be curled up behind him this large wolf.
That's a wolf. Why is there a wolf behind you?
He visited.
What did you say?
He visited.
You know this wolf?
No. But I've gotten to know him a little.
Is he going to attack us?
Maybe.
Okay. I'm going back. And I walk back to the others. And I just sit there for a moment. Okay.
So, what would you guys like to do?
I wake
will move.
up Frederick.
I assume my horse is still alive.
Yeah, you go over to your horse, and not having seen you've seen Ned, but not really seen the wolf. You go over to your horse, and your horse is fine. And then you look over to some of the other horses, and Friedrich's horse is fine. Lockett's horse is fine. Ned's horse is just fucked. the entire ribcage
What
pulled apart, the skin out, the guts just everywhere. It's bad.
Forrest.
What the hell, man?
Taurus,
What? Yeah,
can you help me? For a minute?
dude. Oh,
Don't worry about it.
just what happened?
Follow me
Follow you.
to the wall.
Right. Ned comes over to you, and after getting you up from the horse, he slowly leads you over to where he was making his fire. And now, what you hadn't seen before, now seeing that there's behind the fire, behind where Ned was sitting, this large, curled up wolf. A bit smaller than an average horse, but it's very big.
I like pull out, and on my axe, I'm like, that's what's
Don't.
what's that thing doing over there?
Can you heal it?
I like, can I heal it? I mean, That thing killed your horse. You want to have full strength again?
It needed food. It was hungry.
And what makes you say that the moment I heal it, it doesn't go ahead and, make another meal?
Because it wasn't sleeping when, well, I was next to it. Look, it's wounded. I think the least we can do. Yeah, it killed my horse, but honest, I really didn't like that horse.
But it was so fancy.
It was too
I start washing
You
up.
want
Alright,
gold?
fine.
Huh?
No, I don't want gold for it. I mean, it's just, you helped me out back at that Aboleth thing. You checked that out. I guess I might owe you this much. But
All right,
you keep that thing in line.
I will pull out a bolt. Now this can go nasty for multiple reasons.
At this point, can I walk over there and see what they're doing?
Sure.
And when I pulled it out, I want you to heal it.
Oh boy.
Well,
You
I'm
want to
still-
do
I-
this
I
when
guess
he's
I'll
still
get
I'm still
asleep?
washing up. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I guess,
Sorry. Yeah.
I'll go over to, the neck part, the shoulders, and I'm like, alright, I'll keep it down, I'll heal it up. You pull out the bull.
I'll,
What are you going to do, Locket?
All right, buddy.
I will get some food out of my bag
Sure.
for if this goes wrong.
Ned will also
little-
hold a little grip on it so that if it wakes, it will wake up and it will probably do something.
Mm-hmm.
Are you really?
Alright.
Try to hold it down.
Wait. Let me get this straight. You're getting popcorn.
No,
like-
no. It's
Yeah.
no, it's meat for the wolf. So if the wolf gets
Yeah.
angry, she can throw it at it.
Okay.
Mm.
So, Ned,
Alright, man.
I would like for you to roll a medicine check to see how careful you can do this. That first.
On the count of 3.
Woo!
Okay. No, very well knowing the bolts you're working with. You ready everybody? Lockett's standing there ready with a piece of meat, and Tharos is holding it down. Tharos, what are you healing it with the moment he pulls it out?
How bad does it look?
It looks pretty fucked.
It looks pretty fucked. Alright,
Yeah, as if it's been attacked
turn on my
by a
lay-on
lot of.
hands.
Alright, how much Alien Hands are you pumping in?
I guess 10 to 15 hit points. I'll give it 15
15
hit points.
Okay, very well. So Ned, you slowly take it out, and the last bit where the hooks are, when the arrow sinks in, to make sure that it doesn't go back. That's where you get, and you're like, oh fuck, and you rip it out. I would like for both of you to make an athletics check.
Athletics.
Oh,
This is
Whoa.
basically a grapple check.
Oh, I get really.
alright.
Okay,
I've got.
with the both of you, you rip it out, and the wolf just. And it immediately wakes up and growls, not knowing what happened, and a sharp pain in its back. You both push it down. With that, Thyros, you push the 15 points of lay on hands in it, and the wolf immediately just.
I give it some meat.
It breathes very heavily, but after the pain very quickly subsides, it starts to breathe a little slower, still being held down. It's the head's looking around very, very aggressively.
I'll guess.
Lockett throws a piece of meat in the face. It goes
And it goes from a hold stance to slowly trying to that.
Yeah, stroke it. Just
Alright.
stroke
You
it.
slowly go over into a bed, and the moment you lift your pressure from it, the dog kind of pushes itself up and gets up completely, and it walks back, taking about 10 to 15 feet of distance between most of you. Just, and, he looks around the entire group.
At this point, I think I come walking over.
Right, I guess I'll just kind of back off and sort of
What's
Cyrus backs off a
happening
bit.
here?
Yeah, lock it too.
The moment Cyrus
we
and
hold-
lock it back off a bit, the wolf seems to relax slightly, standing up higher on his legs rather than the prowling position it was in.
We hold. I hold Friedrich back.
Hmm? What? Oh, whoa.
You see this large
big
wolf
wolf.
standing right across from Ned, just
Just.
Alright, Ned. You
Ned
better
just
know
walks
what you're doing.
I
Like, not
turn to
threat-
lock it.
I mean, I guess it's threatening, but not like with any.
it's not necessarily being threatening, but it's very aware that there's suddenly a few more other people here.
I
I mean,
rolled.
what's the plan?
His eyes and just stares at him, and while walking towards him.
I want to
Alright.
hide.
Sure, make a stealth check. The eyes of the wolf just dart around from person to person before finally they lock eyes with you. And as you approach, it steps back one more step before it holds its ground. And you slowly still keep approaching. What do you want to do?
I mean, what's the energy?
It seems to be more scared of the people that are over there than it is of you. And it seems to be currently fixated on what you're doing.
Alright, and I just sort of like kneels in front of him to get on eye level.
Aye. With that, the growling and such ends, and the wolf kind of like sits, just like straight across from you. Just turns its head.
Ned grabs a stick.
You grab a nearby stick. Seems to be about a foot in length, but has some girth to it.
Just
Girthy stick.
like present it to him.
He looks at it. He like sniffs it for a moment.
Still waggling.
Ned looks from the right and he tries to like sort of follow it, see if the wolf follows.
He doesn't. He like sniffed it, but then he like follows it with his eyes, and that's about it.
You wanna like put a leash around him?
No. Ned throws the stick.
You throw the stick, and the moment you throw the stick, the wolf just kind of like steps back a bit, not knowing what, like going in this motion. We got scared for a moment. You throw the stick, and it completely ignores wherever the fucking stick went. But it seems fixated on you. Before it just slowly darts off, and it runs deeper into the forest. It doesn't follow the stick.
Well, try. Are we going?
Well, yes, but like your horse is kind of fucked up now.
What?
Yeah.
You wanna jump on with me? My horse can manage.
Oh. Ned,
Yeah.
are you okay?
Sure.
What the fuck happened to your horse?
He came
Jesus.
with you, I guess.
Well, you sure we should go on? Maybe it will come back.
Well, I mean,
I mean, how
I don't know. It
it
seemed
ran up very
pretty-
fast into the forest.
Well, after the healing it had, that certainly helped. It ran into the forest. It had quite a bit of speed to it.
Well,
I mean, if you want, we can stay for another day, maybe. But I'm not sure about that. I was just if it's coming back.
I mean, I don't know how much in a hurry all of you are, but I could wait here.
well,
Do you want to?
I've got enough rations for another few days,
Be nice if
so
somebody stayed here. I mean,
well, I mean, one of
I'll
us
stay
can
with
stay
you.
behind, and then the other two can go forward. Then we'll meet again in Danskar.
Sure, Tharis and me can always contact each other.
Yeah, you guys have the sending.
That's right. I'll
I mean, I have
I'll-
sending, so
And
just don't go
mean-
to another plane of existence. No, no.
Yeah.
I
So,
think that's not gonna happen.
is the party splitting up then?
I guess. Yeah.
Well, we do need that. We do need to deliver that package, and there's some stuff I want to get done. So
Frederick, you didn't.
I
have
don't know.
much to do.
Well, it doesn't have to happen now. I can wait with you if you want. We still wait.
Well,
This might be a good opportunity. What I was talking about
what?
hunting those things for the present the nobles is shit.
Yeah, and we can teach you
meanwhile.
to do it with a crossbow.
Well,
Yeah, I like that.
that
Then-
sounds alright.
That sounds cool.
me and
yeah.
Tharis go on, or
Well, I
If you feel
guess
comfortable with that.
we should. I mean, we better get that stuff over with, Merv. I don't think we need all four of us for that.
well, that's
I
true.
just I'll grab a few of my rations, and you might need this. I don't know how long you plan to stay, but
I'll
And
take them.
No, we're not gonna take rations.
Do you need
Now, look
meat?
at Frederick. We're gonna
I already had my hand on them. What?
put his hand down.
I silently
Food.
behind
Think
my
about
back.
it.
I'm kind of like, just grab him, man. It's alright, Free.
Well, yeah, we'll be fine.
We're gonna get food the way normal people get food.
From a store.
Yeah,
No, from the wild
delivered by
by my arrows.
a maid. Or
Well,
Alright, fine.
No mates.
Look, you okay with this?
I'm fine with it.
Then
So, the party splits.
Yeah.
And you, Tharis and Lockett, get on their horses and leave for Danskar. Friedrich's horse is still there, left behind next to the rotting corpse of the other one.
Maybe you should.
Yeah?
Before you leave, where in Danskar will we meet?
I've got the sending stone. Ned
You'll
can
tell us.
contact me.
I mean, I can send you a message and
We will figure it out then.
Sending stone is easier. No limits.
True, that works.
Huh?
Watch out, you two.
So as the two of you leave on your
too.
horses, Friedrich and Ned are left behind in the forests. And that's where we're going to end the episode for now. So that turned out a bit different than I expected, but, you know. This, as I said, we're going to continue the next session, which is going to be on Thursday. Thursday we're going to have a little bit. The next two sessions are going to be a little special. You'll see then why. Wednesday there's going to also be a another DMs podcast, so don't miss that if you want to see it.
Yeah.
Then Thursday again, then Monday, and after that it's going to be Friday, Monday, every other time until we get back on the table. So, thank you guys for coming out for watching. Thank you guys for coming out for playing, and we will see you again this Wednesday, hopefully, and otherwise Thursday. Goodbye.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.